I put out a challenge that I would give $500 to the best cold caller who called me that day, and 105 brave salespeople took me up on that offer. Here are some of the highlights. We're going.
Hi, Will. This is Stephanie Maurice with Mohegan Sun. How are you?
Sorry, Stephanie, what's this call regarding?
I'd like to come in and see our property.
But a lot of it's coming down to costs.
A gallon of coffee in most locations at a hotel is probably about $160, but at our property it's $54.
Hey, Will, this is Joshua Becker with Orem. How you doing today?
Orem, what's this about?
Yes, sir. I was wondering if I could take 30 seconds of your time. I'm sure you're probably busy watching the sales team. To briefly explain why I'm calling today. Is that okay?
Hi, Will. This is Suhail calling from the Life Science Division of Global Data. How are you doing?
It's Lorcan from Life Pulse Ventures. I'm calling you today to talk to you about roundabouts.
Roundabouts.
Hey, Will, this is Ryan with Biscuit Slapper. I know I'm calling you out of the blue. Do you mind if I share why?
Is this a cold call, Ryan?
Yes, it is.
I'm really busy, Ryan. Where did you get my number exactly?
I actually got it from your TikTok, which is actually why I'm calling.
Ah, okay.
I noticed a TikTok video a while back where you had mentioned that you really wanted to join Andy Elliott's sales training team. And one of the main things that you said was holding you back is A, you don't have tight enough clothing, and B, you don't have the six-pack. Am I accurate on that?
I don't have the six-pack yet. I'm working on it.
So one of the main reasons why we find that like six-packs are really hard to get is that last bit of portion control within meals.
I just ordered Pizza Hut, for example.
Listen, this is actually the reason I'm calling. We live in your cabinet. So we're there with you, and right as you're about to take that final bite, we jump out, we slap that biscuit right out of your hand. Would you consider this like something that would potentially help you kind of curb that last little bit of uncontrollable eating?
I'm not doing too well on the money front.
Money's not the object. It's about what you desire in this life. Why don't we do this? Would it be a terrible idea for me to hop on a quick demonstration? I'll jump out the cupboard, and then we can reenact this in real time.
Yeah, 100% tomorrow.
Hi, Will. My name's Peter. I'm calling from a company called DoFinder. We're partners with Shopify. Look, I appreciate I've called you out of the blue. Do you mind if I steal a minute?
Hi, Will. How are you?
Yeah, good. Sorry, who's this?
Yeah, sorry. This is Tucker calling from Couch Corner by Sports Illustrated. Did I catch it in okay time?
Hey, Will. Hi. Swastik here from Hyperbound. Can I have your 30 seconds if you don't mind?
So what was it about calling you and picking $500?
Hey, Will, it's Bob over at Sock Sorter, and I'm calling you out of the blue about your socks.
Sorry, about my socks?
Yes, this is Bob. I'm one of the sock jocks over at Sock Sorter, and if you'd let me explain just a little bit further, I'd be happy to. But if you're no longer interested, you can shut me down right now. I don't want to waste your time.
It's Martin calling. Just wondering, so if you might be able to point me in the right direction. So I'm calling from Livingston. I recently took over the territory.
Well, it's James from Planet. I know you weren't expecting my call. Do you mind if I take 10 seconds to explain why I'm specifically reaching out?
Hi, Will. This is Jeff Brown. I'm calling from Finnicker Support. Reason for my call is to introduce myself. I'll be brief because I've got a lot of other businesses to get back to. But I'm the new account executive in the area, and I wanted to let you know that our third-party support offering for your Oracle estate is returning significant dollars immediately back to IT departments, allowing them to fund much-needed projects that we're searching for budget. I didn't know what day next week might work for you if you had 30 minutes to meet with me.
Hey, Will, my name is Ori, and I'm calling from OE Ranks, and I was just wondering if you interested in knowing the thickness of the lasers in a better detail than you do right now.
Well, it's Aaron with Biz Library. How have you been?
Hi, Will. This is Dominic. I was indirectly referred to you. I heard you wanted to be sold today.
Will, I have a song for you. Want to listen?
I can make a minute for it.
For sales genius, we know you swamped. Creating content has got you stumped. But don't worry. Creating content is already passed. Our team of experts will handle the task.
That was a absolute bop.
So glad you liked it. But essentially, Will, every month we sit down for 30 minutes. We do a recording session. We come up with all of the topics, and we pump out 1 month worth of content for you.
That's a great offer.
And because I like you so much, Will, I want to give it to you all for free for the first month.
Piss off. I don't believe you.
I swear, Will, we can come up, like, what time works for you? I'll set up a call with you.
Let's fucking do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Lauren, you got me.
Let's do it.
You got me, yeah.
I love it.
I'm naked because it's a heat wave here in Canada, and I've just been outside.
Hey, Will. My name's Chris. I'm with Super Cloud. I know it's kind of late over there on the East shows, and I promise to be brief about why I'm calling. Could you give me a quick second?
9:45. Sorry, yeah, I had a missed call from this number. Who's this?
StopDemandJenAllen.com.
That's a catchy name.
So you probably noticed the plague that is Jen Allen across different social channels, LinkedIn, Twitter.
Her engagement's through the roof, but her advice is shit. I don't know what's going on there.
No, it's mostly bots and bribes. What we have built as a platform, as soon as she posts, immediately analyzes the content, finds the many lies, and calls them out in brutal honesty so everybody can see who she really is, which elevates the brand of all the true sales leaders out there like Will Aitken, Kyle Acey, Nate Nasrallah.
Yeah, the good people, the people who actually give real advice.
We will drown out her content with better content.
Can't wait to work for you. Send over the DocuSign.
Hey, Will, this is Jake Schulman giving a call, reaching out. It's 10 p.m. where you're at, but you picked up, so it must be a good time.
I'll give you a minute. What's this about?
Dog breeder facility, and we are selling toy golden doodles. Check out some of the dogs we have.
I like dogs, but my one, as you can probably hear, you might even be able to hear the bark in the background. Just a pain in the ass. If anything, I'd like to give you a dog.
I am a huge dog fan. What type of dogs do you have?
I would call it a little demon, if anything. But if you want to refer to it as a dog, it's a Springer Spaniel.
Sounds like Emily's older. She's 10.
Got another dog, but she can barely walk anymore. She's like 14.
You know, I hate to say this, once Bailey goes, the 1-year-old might want another dog. This dog could be a good companion. So the 1-year-old no longer bothers you, she bothers the other dog.
Hey, Will. Hey, it's Michael, first to Ryan. So been getting a lot of calls, huh?
Yeah, I get a lot of calls like these.
Yeah, no problem. The reason I was calling is I was really curious about your outbound calling practices.
Hey, Will, this is Pierre calling from Paracall. I'll be honest, this is a sales call. You have 30 seconds for me to explain why I'm calling, and if you're not interested by the end, I'll never call you again.
Where did you get my number, mate?
I got your number from LinkedIn.
Fucking lose it, take me off the list, never call me again, you understand? So yeah, there was a lot of fun calls in there, but there can only really be one winner of $500 because of budget constraints. So I reviewed all of the recordings, and I whittled it down to my top 3 favorites who I think demonstrate the most skill on the phone. I'm gonna send all 3 of these people a $100 gift card because they all did so well, but ultimately I want you to decide who you think made the best call. So take a listen to these 3 calls and comment below which one do you think did the best. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. Whoever gets the most votes, I'll give the grand prize of $500 to.
Will, you're gonna hate me. I told you it was a cold call. Part of you want to slam the phone down, or perhaps let me have 30 seconds before you choose.
This is like the 4th call I've had today, but I'll give you a chance. What's this about?
So typically we get invited in by successful LinkedIn influencers.
Oh yeah?
Tendency to skip lunch. So some say that they're frustrated, that they're looking at their fridge and thinking, I don't want leftovers again. Others tell me things like, do you know what, the store is far too long to drive to, and as a result, their belly's rumbling. But I get the feeling you're going to tell me you don't recognise or experience that.
I skipped breakfast today. I know I'm going to be grumpy by the time my kids get home at 5, so it's actually quite funny.
Yeah, so I've had my 30 seconds. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Yeah, please, go ahead, mate. Yeah, no, okay, all right, I'll stick it around. Thank you.
Is there any meal you had that you really fancy right now?
Yeah, I'd probably say just a really, really cheesy pizza. My favourite type of pizza, Costco. You ever tried the Costco pizzas?
Specifically about the Costco pizza that you like.
They go heavy on the cheese. Cheap as well. It's only $2.99 a slice.
Wow, that's an absolute steal. Is there any particular reason you can't just drive to Costco now before picking up the kids?
If I drive to Costco right now, it will take me half an hour to get there and half an hour back, and frankly, I just can't afford to take an hour out of the day today. I'm too busy.
Look, can I ask you a bit of a personal question?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
Let's pretend I was able to get a cheesy double pizza ordered and delivered to your house before you have to pick up the kids. What would your wife think of that?
She'd be pleased that we didn't get takeout for dinner because she's not a very fan of pizza. She's lactose intolerant.
I hear that a lot. I hear that all the time. Look, let's pretend we could get that delivery to you in the next 20 minutes. Would you want to buy now?
Yeah, I got my credit card here. Credit card number is...
Brilliant. Well, I'll place that order for you now. And if it's better than Costco, you have to refer me to all your friends. Does that sound fair, Will?
If it's good, then I'll send one to my employee as well. He's only up the road from me.
Nice.
Hey, Will, this is Alexa over at Pareto. Happy Thursday. I was wondering if you had about 30 seconds to chat.
You guys are calling me far too much. Well, I've got a moment. What's this about?
Well, we've worked with lots of CROs in your setting that are struggling to, find new business, find and retain talent. What would you say right now is your biggest sales challenge that you're currently facing?
I would say it's pipeline. It's just not coming through.
And so why do you think that, your current SDRs are struggling to build that pipeline?
They're not taking the feedback on board that I'm giving them. They're not bringing the right attributes to the table. I just think they're lacking the the will to get better.
Do you think that your current team need that training, or do you think that you're looking to hire?
I will probably fire 2 of them and hire 2 more.
Since you're struggling with, lead generation in your current SDRs, looking to hire more, I think it would be extremely beneficial to get some time in the calendar, say Monday or Tuesday at 10 a.m. to further discuss.
I would say the one consideration is cost, right? Like I am curious to know if outsourcing is comparative in cost to bringing someone on full time, less, more.
Look, well, I'm not calling you to ask you to cut a check or anything. There's no simply talking about price, I just want to sit down with you and really hear what your challenges are so I can see if, Pareto can support you in any way doing that. I know you said you had availability either Monday or Tuesday at 10 a.m. Which day would work best for you?
Tuesday would be better.
Well, I wouldn't hang up the phone without asking if you knew anyone else that you think would benefit from Pareto's services, outsourcing, and, training your current talent. Does anyone come to mind?
Yeah, I've actually got a friend who's in a similar pickle. We talk about this quite a lot.
Great. What's his name?
Do you mind if I have a chat with him first, just to make sure he's happy with me, like, giving out his name and stuff? I would hate to upset him in any way.
Tuesday at 10 a.m., I will ask you about that. Just want to let you know now. Really look forward to it.
Nicely done. Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it too. Speak soon.
Hey, Will, this is Abdullah. We don't know each other. Could I tell you why I called in 30 seconds and you can decide if you want to speak longer?
Yeah, this is the 5th call I've had like this today, mate, though, so keep it quick.
Okay, I will. Normally, what I hear from companies like Sell Better is they're always on the lookout for new sponsors, but if they're honest, they're probably struggling with one of 2 things. The first one is they feel like they're spending a lot of time, creating content, hosting shows. They don't have enough time looking for new sponsors, and as a result, they feel like they're losing revenue. If that's not an issue, other times they are making the time to reach out to more sponsors, but they feel like they're speaking to a lot of people that are either not qualified or they're simply not the decision maker. And as a result, their sales cycles tend to be longer and sometimes deals are falling. Will, I get this feeling you're going to tell me you don't have any of these issues, I'm barking up the wrong tree, and you want to wish me on my way.
I would say the second one is definitely something I've noticed. I didn't hear where you're calling from. What do you offer to help with that?
It's a really good question, Will. If I told you I wanted to come into Sell Better and be the person to prospect for these sponsors and get you in front of the right types of people, what would you say? Would you say that's something you'd want to explore?
I'd be open to making an intro, but I certainly wouldn't be the hiring manager for that role.
No, that's totally fine. I guess could I use this as more of a research call? Would that be fair?
That would be fair.
You mentioned that the second issue stood out to you a little bit more. How exactly are you going about this right now? Like, how are you getting in front of these influencers?
Currently, we have James Buckley doing the majority of our outbound alongside.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, he is good. He's a lovely guy as well. And he does a great job of that. And given that we're in a quite limited space, we know the accounts we should be trying to work with. Or when we get into that conversation, the expectations aren't aligned with what we can deliver.
When you say expectations, like, could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Sometimes people think those leads are going to be ready to buy, but they're not. Let's be real. You don't attend a webinar and suddenly go, okay, I'm ready to now buy Orem, the parallel dialer. Yeah. That's just not how most people's mindset works.
You have like James going after these sponsorships as of right now. Have you ever tried to hire somebody outside to do this for you?
And the person who would be decision maker on that type of thing on hiring people would be Chris.
Chris Merrill, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe it would be a bad idea for you to introduce me to Chris?
I wouldn't want to put him in an awkward position. I'm willing to have a conversation with him, see if there is interest in hiring someone.
I guess what would the next steps be like?
I'll Slack him, see if he's got any interest of hiring anyone new. If there's not, I'll probably tell you and just say, hey, despite the fact that you've got great jobs and I respect the cold call, it's just not something they're looking to do right now.
Okay, I really appreciate that, Will. Could I ask you one last question before I let you go?
Please do.
If you were a young guy and you were looking to break into sales and you wanted to start off an SDR, how would you go about getting hired?
I'd do exactly what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now is showing me that you probably could do the job in SDR, and if you could show it to a hiring manager, then they're going to be much more likely to take you seriously.
I really appreciate that, Will. Thank you so much. And I know, could I ask you one last question? I promise this is the last one.
All right. You did say there was the last question last time, but I'll give you one more. Go ahead.
If there was anything that you could improve about the call that I just had with you, what would it be? I'm always looking to get better.
I think it was good, mate. Better than a lot of people who call me these days.
Thank you so much, man. This gives me a lot of confidence.
Man, get out there. You should have confidence. You're already outperforming most SDR teams I listen to calls on. Someone will be lucky to hire you. There you have it. Comment 1, 2, or 3. Who do you think did it best? And while you're down there, you may as well hit the like and subscribe button. Also want to say a big thank you to Orem, who recently renewed their contract with me to continue doing my live cold calling shows. The renewal of the partnership is literally the reason why I'm able to afford to give away money. So if you'd like to be more efficient when it comes to cold calling, check check them out. They're a great company, a great team to work with. Peace! It's a bit lame. Oh well.